Well, that was a really good Davidson team that came into Kimmel. I was watching their game last Saturday against App State, and I was really concerned at how well they ran their offense and what a threat that would pose to some of the things that had challenged us in the Western game in our first couple of games. So I really want to credit our team for understanding that defense was going to be hugely important. It always is, but that's a well-oiled machine that just came into Kimmel, and getting stops was going to be important. So I really want to tip our hats to the defense. I thought we made good adjustments. I thought our kids were ready. They communicated well. It wasn't for 40 minutes. But it was enough of the game to give Davidson some trouble on the offensive end, and that's what we needed.
Right, so alluding to the offense. The offense was very aggressive tonight. You actually got 4 players on the Davidson team to foul out. Was that the game plan going forward to stay as aggressive as possible, or did that just have kind of like how the cookie crumbled and it just happened to go away?
Right. We wanted to be aggressive. We knew that they didn't have as much depth at that post position, that 5 spot. So we talked about going inside more so than we did in our first 3 games of the season. So we wanted to try to get them in foul trouble and get into their bench, which wasn't as deep, I know, as their coach would like. And so that definitely was part of our strategy. And I thought our 5s really stepped up and handled that challenge. They are getting better and better, and we are deep at that center position because we play 4 guards the majority of our minutes, and so there's only going to be 1 out there, and we've got 4 or 5 that can go, and they're different, so each of them brings something different. You got Brooke Jordan-Brown, you've got Tiffany Wilson, the 5th-year senior. I thought she had a great game. Juliet coming in and getting 9 defensive rebounds, and Ivana McGill, who is going to be an outstanding player. When she gets more experience, she's going to be great, can run the floor and gives us a different look. And then we've got 2 more that were not available to play today, but that give us depth. So we knew that would be an advantage. And we also wanted to be aggressive with our guards. We emphasized paint points and not having to rely on our 3 as much. So it was good to see that we could get some points in the paint tonight with our aggressiveness to the basket with both guards and feeding the post.
Perfect. And leading into this weekend, big game coming up against Wofford. Are you looking to keep the momentum, keep the aggression, just try to kind of follow the same exact plan, well, not same exact plan, a similar momentum per se, or kind of draw up from scratch?
Well, I haven't watched Wofford yet. I'll start on that this evening and tomorrow. I know they're a very well-coached team. They run a lot of stuff that's hard to guard. I think, again, it's a team that I've been watching their scores. They can put the ball in the basket. We're going to have our hands full once again. I love the fact that we're at home. We played a tough game with them last year, and they got us down there, I think, by 1 or 2 points. So that's going to be another tough one, but probably more of the same. I think for us, we certainly tweak. We respect our opponents, and we're going to make adjustments as needed. But with the personnel we have, I want to make sure that I'm maximizing that every single opportunity. What do we have that we can do well, and really emphasize that and go with that. So I don't know that too much will change. It's usually defensively where we have to make some adjustments. Coach Brown is our defensive coordinator. She's done an outstanding job. She's had a lot of our early scouts, and so she has the Wofford scout. So I'll be having conversations with her over the next couple of days to see what magic she has worked up for Wofford.
One of the things that was particularly impressive was the way y'all closed in this game. Was that, seeing your team that, particularly before Thanksgiving, so much on the line getting between schools, just how much does that see as a head coach?
Oh, it's impressive to me. I was glad to see them close out. They know and would probably giggle if they watched this, that there were some intense moments there in the last 3 or 4 minutes where I wasn't, I was a little bit frustrated that we weren't executing to a T with time and score in mind. I want us to stay aggressive. I don't want our kids to be passive. So I like seeing that. I just want to make sure that we are dotting every I, crossing every T until the buzzer sounds. Because that's what championship teams do. And we're not a championship team yet, but we got to work towards that. And Davidson's a good team. They can shoot 3s. So your lead, your 10 or 12 or 14-point lead with 3.5 to go, that's nothing. You saw how quickly that evaporated. A couple of mistakes here, a couple threes there, a couple of their buckets go in, and it's a different situation there. So just being mindful of that and being a little bit more mature. But I'm incredibly proud of the kids. Like you said, Brian, ton of stuff on their minds. It's a holiday. They've had a lot going on with their academics. To come in here and defend home court, which is a priority for us, with that kind of atmosphere, I'm proud of them. I love my kids. I just want the best for them, and I want them to do their best. And so I'm really pleased that we won, and I'm happy that we beat a good team tonight.
And much in the same vein, one of the things that kind of stood out to me was, on a night where Zip Scott, nothing against Zip Scott, goes over 9, but, that everybody kind of stepped up in different ways and, had a very balanced attack tonight. Obviously, Sonora did what Sonora does, but everybody kind of stepped up. And even Zip, 7 rebounds, kind of stepped up in different other ways. That's what these non-conference games are for, I guess you would say. Is that you're seeing kind of different people step up in different areas as you've gone through the first few games of the season?
We have seen different people step up, and how encouraging is that? That has been so encouraging to see, because Zip and Allie are both great shooters, and they can both score the ball. So I'm not concerned too much that they haven't, in the past couple of games. And I think it's a sign of a mature team that they still do their job on the other end. That's what we've got to emphasize. We're talking about winning possessions, period. So you've got to have that next play mentality in order to do that. And I like to see that. I've seen that growth since the Charlotte game. And I think it's because we're emphasizing it, but they're also talking about it. And they understand. They understand that it's a comprehensive game. It ain't all about hitting your threes, and it ain't all about scoring. We've got an unselfish bunch, and we've got to continue with that mentality if we want to accomplish some of the goals that we have set out for us.
Kind of the same thing. It is a holiday break, and then you got a big game on Sunday. What the next few days look like as you get ready for a tough walk?
Well, this is a neat opportunity for us. It's the second year in a row that we've had a game on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, I love being flexible with the kids. They work really hard in the classroom, really hard on the court. And so they do have tomorrow off, and they have freedom within reason, to spend Thanksgiving with their families. And within reason, I mean not drive too far. So not everybody can go home, obviously, because we've got practice on Friday morning. So tomorrow will be our normal off day. And then, of course, we got to have 2 good practices because Wofford's really good, and they're going to give us all we can handle on Sunday.
Thanks for your time, Clay.
Thank you.